It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hey, buddy.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
Co-hosted with some of the most talented friends from around the internet. And brought to you by you, the G2 community, at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Twitch. What is going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for finding the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth, or soon to be. It's Side Scrollers. Good to see you guys. Joining me today, we have a spectacular cast of man-oh-man giant personalities, so big they're just popping right out of your screen. It's crazy. Starting with the man surrounded by giant cocks. Oh my God, it's Travis Keys.
Cocks and a dog.
Cocks and a wiener dog. Wiener dog. Oh, and I had the intro music looping. Sorry about that. How are you, Trav?
Feeling much better this morning.
And looking good, man. Look at Travis. Look at him. God dang. Look at him looking sharp. Holding his dog off to the side. That's good. Also joining us today, the one, the only Little Miss Princesses of Guam. It's Blabs.
I'm like always something new. Little Miss Princess, little journalist. I love it. Hi, everybody. I'm hyped up on coffee.
It's good to see you. I'm glad you joined us today. You ready to bring some magic?
Yes.
Awesome. Love that.
Sam.
Speaking of magic, I'll tell you what. We're gonna first go to our guest, then we'll get to Adam Krigler in a little bit. First, we're gonna bring you guys a guy who I am really, really excited to have on the show today. This is a gentleman that I've known for a long time, but now actually having on a podcast for the first time. You may know him as that sweet collecting son of a bitch online, and yes, you can trademark that. It's Billy from the Game Chasers. How are you?
Hey, what is up, man? Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. This is so awesome.
This is going to be really, really fun. Really, really fun today. So tell everybody real quick about you and your channel and the success you guys have had and everything.
Well, our success has been a pretty wild ride. I would say that for the last 10 years, it's basically just a bunch of idiots going around and looking for retro video games, reliving their childhood, acting like man children at flea markets and garage sales and stuff like that. It's been a fun ride. Part of when we first started doing this was actually uploading to Screw Attack. So it's really crazy to come around and do this. God, it's actually been over 10 years. Yes. It's been over 10 years. It's been about, I think it's going on 12 at this point. It's crazy how quickly it goes.
Time has moved very, very quick. Very, very quick. And but I'm excited to be back doing this with you. And we're super stoked to have you guys. Make sure you guys go over and check out youtube.com/@thegamechasers. And of course, go subscribe and check out all the fun stuff that the boys have going on over there. Speaking of fun stuff, also, it is a very big day for Adam Krigler. A giant day. A day that this morning I woke up to a DM from him saying, like, I don't know if I can be on the show today. And I was like, why? Destiny 2 DLC. I'm like, what the fuck? So let's go down and check out Adam, see what he's doing right now. How's it going, Adam?
It's going good. I'm currently in the queue to get into the servers, Craig. It's great to see you guys in the studio. You look very warm and comfortable. It's pretty cold over here in the queue. Currently, due to increased traffic, login to Destiny 2 is currently being throttled, and we're waiting in line. I don't know how long it's going to be, but according to my chat, everyone else is also currently being throttled as well. So we'll see. Back to you, Craig.
Thank you, Adam, for that report. We appreciate that.
Craig, you seem to be cutting out some connection issues. It might be because I'm currently...
Get out of here. All right. We'll go back to Adam in a little bit. He is... well, we're going to check up on... But I'll tell you real quick, Adam, are you...
That was glorious.
You're going to have us on in the background, or do you just want to stay in while you're in the queue?
No, I'm here hanging out. I've been listening so far, and okay. I do have a couple games that I would like to talk about as well with what you were were asking us to bring. So I'll take part a little bit, and hang out
Sounds good.
while I'm in the queue.
Which once again, I'm gonna put $5 on this. I'm gonna put $5 on this, and this is legit.
No.
This is a legit bet. Legit bet. Or, no, I'll even up it. I'll even up it to some Krigler coffee. I will listen. I'm gonna bet that by the time this show is done, that you will not be in the game because the servers are gonna be
cool. That is
I
not
actually
cool.
agree with that. I don't think he's gonna
I can't believe he's putting this kind of energy on me right now, dude. You're putting some evil on me.
Well,
I'm live right now. I'm streaming this. You guys can watch me stream. Sit in the queue. It's so exciting.
This is kind of like a side scroller simulcast over on your channel, which is great. I will say this. The if you are able to get into the show, I will buy one G2. I will buy one G2 in order of Krigler coffee. Okay.
The 2-pound bag. The 2-pound bag.
How much is the 2-pound bag?
It's a lot more than $5.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. With that said, if you guys would like to support the show, you can with your super chats, your direct donations, and your bits, so I can then buy that coffee. Also, what I would like to let you guys know, we got a few things that are actually. I love Tiny Adam down there, by the way. So when I go like this, he's not even on screen. Not even on screen right now. But I would like to let everybody know that I did get the Side Scrollers hat in, and so I will say this: coming up tomorrow, I think is going to be the big day for merchandise. So be on the lookout for that. And a lot of you guys are asking about that. Yes, Adam.
Oh, sorry, I was talking to my chat. I didn't realize you still had me in here. I can't see myself, so.
Well, get out of here. All right, there you go. We'll get him out.
Can you rename Adam to just Tiny Adam?
I can actually. Yeah, hold on. Let me.
See how long it takes him to notice.
Tiny Adam Krigler. There it is. That's what it'll be whenever he pops in. But merch is on the way. Tomorrow, that'll be first available to patrons over at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And of course, I announced this yesterday, but I want to make sure everybody knows you can actually find Side Scrollers on Spotify and iHeartRadio as well. So if you guys like the audio version of the show, if you guys want to listen that way, you absolutely can there as well. So let's see if there's anything else. Oh, and tonight during my stream, I'll be rating cookies. I'm going to be doing a tier. Yes, I said it. Come fight me. I'm going to be doing a tier rating of cookies tonight. Bill, do you have any thoughts on tier rating cookies?
Is it chocolate chip?
Number one cookie all time. Go ahead, fire away.
Chocolate chip.
Oh man, the quality effort. Blabs, do you have input on cookie talk?
Yeah, but I'm torn between 3 of them. Like Snickerdoodle, oatmeal raisin, and then the rainbow cookies.
What the fuck's a
I've
rainbow
always
cookie?
thought those were overrated. That's the thing. Like I don't know why. Maybe I'm basic. I'm basic. Chocolate chip. Or chocolate chunk is even better. Yeah.
But seriously, what the fuck?
I like all the cookies.
I'm sorry. What is a rainbow cookie? I still don't know what this is.
It's like heaven in a cookie, Anyway, it's like a chocolate thing with like ice inside of it, with like a rainbow. Look up rainbow cookie, and you will see what I'm. Just pull it up.
I don't believe you.
I think Adam has breaking news.
Yeah.
Greg, it seems it seems like I am currently in the game.
Shit.
Someone behind the scenes said, "Hey, I heard Craig bet against you, and we can't have that. We're gonna have to get some Krigler coffee to a new lucky G2. Congratulations." Craig now has to buy someone coffee because I am in the game. Congratulations, somebody. I'm in. I'm logging in right now. All right.
Watch it crash.
Look, this will be one of the benefits of being yes, crash.
I can't believe I complimented you off the air.
Didn't happen. No receipt.
All right, I'm gonna mute you guys for a little bit. All right,
sounds good, and we're gonna get rid of you. All right, so we'll head over there and say hi to Adam from time to time as he gets into Destiny 2, because we are gonna have we'll get into hard news in a little bit. But so what I'll do is I'll pick a patron at random, and a patron will win an order of Krigler coffee. So how great is that? Before we get into it, I want to let you know that Evan came in with a $10 super chat. Says, I'm betting $10 Adam will get in the queue. Will be in the queue till the end of the stream. If he gets in, I'll add another $10. Love you guys.
Well.
That really backfired, didn't it, Evan, right there? Extra zero, same with me. It's okay. Says Adam's reaction to Craig says, Don't you put that hate on me, Ricky Bobby vibes. I love it. That's right. Thank you so much, X0. Don't you put that hate on me, Ricky Bobby. And check this out. Jay Rome came in over on Twitch, says, I will take that bet. I say Adam will get in the game, and I will say I hate Adam is playing before me. And I will say, hello, Stuttering Craig, Blabs, Trav, and Bill. Hope all is well with you. Thank you, Jay Rome. Appreciate that. They appreciate that with 1,000 bits over there. And just before we get going, Evan comes in and says, crap. I had bet against Adam being able to get in. So holding up my end. Well, Evan, thank you very much. Appreciate the super chats. So now we got to go buy some Krigler coffee. That son of a... Oh, Adam bounced. So I'm sure he'll hop in a little bit later. Because he did want to talk about this, but I guess he wants to play Destiny 2 more. So once again, you guys can find him playing over there. So, all right, you guys ready to get into some news? I think we are. I think it's time for some. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. Bill, do you remember what this is? What this is called?
I do not.
Hard news. Let's go.
Oh God.
All right. So let's go into our first news story of the day, which I'm going to hold off as long as I possibly can talking about Elden Ring because maybe Adam hops in because he did very much want to talk about it because it's like his favorite game ever. Let's go. I thought this was kind of an interesting story here. This story right here. Boom. Have you guys been following the insanity of Intellivision? Bill, I'm sure you have.
I have from the sidelines. I have.
Yeah.
Luckily, I never once made a video on it and got involved in the drama because that's a powder keg.
Tell you what, man.
Yeah, but I have been following it. Never really got interested in the system, so I didn't really care either way. But it has been just one big train wreck after another. Multiple train wrecks with this thing.
You're right. So much so that I did so after I left Game Attack, I did a podcast by myself where I interviewed several of like my friends, and I interviewed I'd say friends or people that I've met over the course of my career. And I interviewed Tommy. I've known Tommy for 15 years. We've been like acquaintances. We've seen each other at events and things. I've been out to Video Games Live. Anyways, yeah. I did an interview with him, and because of that interview, we had like this barrage. It was like a 3-day window where people were just like, screw you, Craig, you're part of the problem. And I had the Intellivision like hate group come after me, and they were all upset and making bad videos. Anyways, did you know that there was Blabs, did you know that there's a bunch of old men out there that are really upset about the Intellivision Amico? First off, did you know what the Intellivision Amico was, Blabs?
No, I was about to ask what.
Right, exactly.
It's funny because I grew up on Intellivision. Intellivision was the first system I ever remember actually playing on. Me and my grandmother played Burger Time, Intellivision boxing, things like that. Atari 2600 too. So I do have a connection with the Intellivision, but yet still I was not at all interested in this new system. Like it did nothing for me. But I love the Intellivision. I have one hooked up in my game room upstairs on an old wooden TV. I love the system, but I was not interested in the Amico in the slightest. So the Amico, I made the brash saying, because when I talked to Tommy, the guy who was the CEO, he pitched me on the idea that this was not meant for like the mass audience. This was meant to be like a motion control, fun thing that was going to be that ideally was set for like hospitals and nursing homes and assisted living places. And this is all the like super easy pick up and play games. And I was like, oh shit, that's actually like a really, really good idea. Anyway, wait, so this wasn't for the masses? Is that because that kind of flies in the face of everything I heard? It was supposed to be like simple games for just the masses and not actual gamers. I don't know, but yeah, either way, doesn't make any sense. Yeah. The Amico doesn't exist anymore because they had a big crowdfunding thing. Or it may exist, I'm not quite sure, but I know that Tommy isn't associated with it anymore. And now he is being sued. Okay. And not for what you may think he is being sued over. He's being sued over furniture. This is my favorite website right now, Time Extension. X Intellivision.
Didn't expect that.
That's right. This just won't stop. This won't stop, this whole Intellivision thing. But he signed a lease for furniture in this office, and then they went defunct. He signed, and it was like supposed to pay $3,000 for 60 months plus applicable fees and taxes. But on July 15th, of 2022, the two parties defaulted on the loan, failing to make the necessary payments, and now the equipment company is saying, "Hey, you owe us, I think it's $110,000 here." So it's pretty crazy. And the thing is, part of this agreement is that Tommy personally agreed to paying it. So it's pretty crazy. Oh, there's a full statement from Tallarico's attorneys, but it's amazing to see when things go like bad, they go really bad really quick.
Get sued for furniture.
That's pretty bad. $100,000 in furniture, man. I hope it wasn't fancy furniture. It was just a big office. But
that's my question. Why are you buying
For
so much
filing
fucking
cabinet?
furniture?
Well, he had a lot of people working for him. You know, that's the thing that people don't realize, that he had a ton of
Makes
people.
me wonder if he didn't have like PCs and stuff, because you can do rent to own like computers and stuff from furniture places. So makes me
That's
wonder
true.
if it wasn't that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot there. When you think about like an office space, like we do this show and everyone does it from our homes. But if we were to have like an office space, you think about all that. Everyone needs a computer. Everybody needs a desk. Everybody needs a mouse. Everybody needs there's a TV over here. There's and the amount of expenses that go into running an office is insane. Like, it's ridiculously stupid how much it costs. Done it multiple times before, and I hated every second of it, because especially now you have the ability to work from home when possible. Now, I'll say this: I do very much believe that creativity is spurred by being around people, especially people that you work with. So I don't doubt, I'm never upset when a company says you need to return to work.
I agree.
At all. Yeah. But I don't have any issues with the company saying that, especially because they're the ones picking up the cost on all that. They're the ones picking up the cost on the office and everything.
Especially since, a lot of what we do and you've done is creative in the sense of like being inspired and creating bouncing ideas off of other people. And sometimes you just don't get that same sort of creative back and forth when it's over, like a Skype call or Zoom or something like that. Just being in the room with somebody, just dicking around for an hour, and then somebody will just do something, and then boom, you just get that idea. That creative sort of just explosion. And you're never going to get that, in my opinion, at least with us, over some Skype call or Zoom call. So being in that same room is just so beneficial.
Now, that may be different for super young people. Like, maybe they've adapted to these, because they're constantly playing games and stuff with people, but not for me. I'm the same way.
I don't think that there was this line in the sand where people just all of a sudden figured out how to work without being around people. Like, I don't think that people just didn't change. Yeah.
No, I think they adapted because they had no other choice.
Right.
Yeah. No, they had to do it because of COVID. Now they have to do it because maybe they just can't afford it.
Right.
So it stems from necessity. But I think if they had the opportunity to be in a group and just spend time together, their perspective would change completely.
Speaking of affording, isn't his stuff tax deductible? So shouldn't have been paid for after the first year? He should have got the tax write-off and then paid for it.
I don't know the ins and outs of Tommy Tallarico and Intellivision's business, but it sounds like Travis needs to become the side scroller's business manager very quickly.
Economics with Travis.
Well, it just should have been paid for after the first year. I mean,
especially I think that's the crazy thing about it is the crowdfunding attached to the Amico. I believe they made like the crowdfunding was something like $10-12 million. It was crazy. It was insane amount of money that they generated. They had a couple different ones. Yeah, I'm looking at one right now on Fig, which was over $7 million.
Wow, that's insanity. I wonder if he set records with that, because that's crazy.
Yeah, it was very, very high. I think they actually had two different campaigns. They had one on Republic and then one on Fig, which and then this one on Republic had $11.5 million. So almost $20 million of funds. So
can't pay that $100,000 furniture bill.
Right. I don't know.
Did Tommy delete his Twitter? Like, does anybody know that? Because I can't say. Here's the funny thing: is like when all this stuff was happening. This was when everybody was still really in on the whole idea. Well, I would say everybody, not everybody was always in on it, but there was still hope that this thing was going to come out. I remember Tommy messaged me because I think he was going to be in town or something and say, hey, we're doing this event or whatever with the Amico. And I just left him on red because I just did not want to get involved with any of this stuff.
Don't blame you.
And it was just like I just don't care. Like I never really cared. I hoped that they succeeded because I never want to see anybody fail. Like in a there's a lot of people with some jobs. There's some people hired in that obviously have jobs, and there's people looking forward to the system and stuff. Like I never wanted it to fail, but I know some people did because they just enjoy watching train wrecks, which is kind of sad. But yeah, I never wanted to get involved with it because I didn't really have an opinion one way or another. So I don't have an opinion one way or another. I kind of usually just stay out of it.
I had a really weird experience with the Amico. Like I said, I did that interview with Tommy in like July of 2020, right? When everything is like up and up on the Amico, everything's, they're raising money or whatever. And it's all, it's all about presenting what they're gonna do. And then I left the video game industry for a year, and then all like the Amico shit happened. And then I, kind of walked back in, and people were like, "Fuck you!" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking?" I didn't know what was happening.
Passionate about it. That's the thing.
Yes.
So passionate about whether or not a console is going to come out or not. And it's like, I didn't pre-order it, so it's whatever. Like,
I can understand if they're mad about like him screwing over workers or something like that, but.
Well, people, there's just I've seen so many different videos, and I'm not talking about people just like reporting what's going on, but people just actively rooting for their demise just because they don't like Tommy's face or something. It's like, come on,
right? Which is stupid.
Well, there's a lot of people who here on the internet. I don't know if you guys have heard. People are really unhinged and insane.
They need to touch grass.
All right,
no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I was just responding to somebody in the chat. I'm not talking about Pat. I feel Pat was pretty fair in just reporting what was going on. I'm talking about like the deeper sort of underbellies of YouTube. I'm just seeing things like people just the vicious mentality of some people when it came to the system. It was just ridiculous.
Oh, look what they did to us. Well, to Craig in general. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you kidding?
Yeah. Just like. just going after people who were just excited that the system was coming out. Like, I'm excited that the system is coming up. I hope it comes out. I pre-ordered it, and then they're them viciously going after that person for doing nothing more than just being excited or hoping that a system comes out that they might actually want to enjoy. Right. That's what I don't get.
What's interesting about the whole thing is when you invest in a company, right? When you invest in Fig or whatever it is, you are investing with the intention, and yes, you may receive something in return. You may receive a console in return for your investment, but investments sometimes fail, right? And that's the thing that people, I don't know the ins and outs of each campaign, but that's one thing that needs to be considered in all this is like, could you imagine investing in Apple, losing money, and being like, "Fuck those," it's the exact same thing. You're investing in some sort of market, in a business, and businesses fail. That happens all the time.
There's risk of investment. That's why it's so regulated.
Yeah. And a lot of them lose money before they make money too. So, I mean, just is what it is.
You mentioned Bill. I don't know if you have a good relationship with Pat or not. I haven't talked to Pat in probably a decade, but I was included in one of the videos about the Amico in that interview I did, and I know people were like, "Ooh, Pat burned you." I was like, I don't even know why. I saw the video and I was like, I don't think it was bad, but
I definitely missed that. What? Explain it.
Oh, well, no, he did a video about like the Amico shills, right? And
so he called you a shill?
Well, no, there was just a piece of my video that was a piece of the interview with Tommy from like 2020 that was included in this video where he's talking about it. And I didn't see it as Pat calling me a shill. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, but people were like, "Oh, whatever," just because I was in this video with other people who were like, "Go out and buy the Amico," and I never said that. I was like,
to me, just interviewing somebody's not being a shill. You're just interviewing somebody. You ain't gonna call a news reporter a shill. Right. A shill is like, to me, I don't know what the official definition is, but if you know this product is bad, but you're pushing it anyway because you got some kind of cut, to me, that's a shill. And
right, if you had invested in it and owned 3% of this, whatever, that would be
If you're just genuinely excited about something, and say, I hope this comes out because I'm excited for it. It doesn't make you a fuck. Oh, sorry. Are we allowed to cuss on this show?
You absolutely fucking can.
Okay. It doesn't make you a fucking shill. It just means you're excited for something. But if they pass you money and you know that this thing is garbage, but you're gonna say this thing is garbage, but man, they just gave me $100 to make a video on it. Yeah, you're a shill. You're a fucking shill.
Right. And for the record, Tommy still does have his Twitter account, and we will absolutely we will be on the ground floor as video game journalists, keeping an eye on what happens with the Tommy Tallarico furniture lawsuit for you, G2s, only for you, just so you know. Hey, speaking of total garbage, let's go to Adam Krigler playing Destiny 2. Adam, what's going on with? How's it going?
So, I am currently remaking my Titan right now. This is my main character. I've had this same guy since day one, Destiny 1. He's been my character the entire time. I think he looks like an utter badass.
Yeah, looks cool.
And I'm really excited. They have completely overhauled this game. It is looking so different. I'm relearning the way the mods work. They changed the entire system. It feels like I'm playing a different game right now. Very excited, trying to understand how the new mods work together. Armor mods allow you to make different builds on your characters. And I'm really excited about it. It seems really freaking sweet. And I'm excited to get into the game. I'm waiting for one of my teammates to join before we take on the legendary campaign, which should be a lot of fun. Yep, looking forward to it.
Wow, can't wait to see how that goes.
It's a cool looking ship. Almost looks kind of Cylon-y.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, right?
Yeah.
Hey, while you're waiting to get queued up, do you want to talk Elden Ring real quick, Adam?
Yeah, let's talk Elden Ring. I'm hyped about it.
Sounds good. Okay, so other big news today. Bill, I don't know if you kept track of Elden Ring at all, but Elden Ring was like one of the big games of the past year.
That's the one thing I know about the game is that a lot of people like it.
Yes, a lot of people like it, including Adam Krigler. But yesterday they announced upcoming DLC, which is like, it's kind of like one of the worst kept secrets in America and the world. That DLC for an extremely popular game was coming out. But they released a teaser and they tweeted it out, and the world went crazy and everyone's super excited. It sold over 20 million copies. And here's Adam Krigler to tell us about why he's excited about Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Well, Elden Ring rightly made Game of the Year, and it was an incredible culmination of everything that From Software has been doing over the past decade, from Demon's Souls all the way up to Elden Ring. They've done an incredible job of really fine-tuning the mechanics of the gameplay, from the clothes rippling in the wind to the fighting systems to the lore. I mean, they really did a fantastic job with Elden Ring. So having DLC, it's just going to give me more. I actually stopped playing Elden Ring for a reason, because I didn't want to overdo it, because I was enjoying it so much. I put so much time into all of the Souls game, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Demon's Souls, all the way up to Dark Souls 3. So when Elden Ring came out, that was one of the games that I was very, very highly anticipating. And it did not disappoint at all. I love that game so much. And so a new DLC and when From Software does DLC, they do it right. There's new secrets, new weapons, new combinations of things that are already in the game, and it just, I don't know, it extends the life of these games so much. I'm really excited for the new DLC for Elden Ring. I don't know. I don't think they have a release date on it yet, but just to know, I knew it was coming. But now to know that it's actually going to come, and Shadow of the Erd Tree, it's really cool. The Erd Tree is kind of the staple thing that's ever present, because it's this massive giant tree that you can see almost anywhere you are in the game. It's just, you look up in the sky and you see this massive tree. It's really cool. So I'm looking forward to learning more about the lore behind the Erd Tree.
So as somebody who did the DLC for Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 1 and all those games, that was you're right. They do DLC excellent. Like,
oh yeah,
it just felt like sometimes DLC feels tacked on, but it felt like more of the same. Now, I'll say this: we've talked about reworking the Patreon, and a lot of people said, "Hey, you gotta go play Elden Ring," and I think that'll be a super fun thing to do. If if supported, go in and create some sort of Elden Ring playthrough for the first time. Because I don't know, Bill, did you play any of the Dark Souls games?
So the
Hold
Dark
on,
Souls. See, that's the thing. I didn't even know this thing was a part of that series. When you mentioned Dark Souls, I was like, oh yeah, I played the first Dark Souls. I didn't get that far into it. I have this really bad habit of starting a game. I get distracted, and by the time I get back to it, I'm like, what the hell was I even doing? I can't remember what the hell was going on, what I was doing, how to even play the game. And that kind of happened with me on that game. But I did enjoy what I played. Hard as balls, but it's kind of one of those games where it's hard, but you want to keep trying.
Yep.
So
you got to earn it.
Yeah, and so I definitely liked it, and I've always thought about going back and trying to finish it.
Right. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. And I'll say this, as somebody who has like gone in and like it's one of those games that you see the set pieces, you hear this, and it takes you back to where you were when you were playing it. Just like how Adam is being taken back to 8, 9, 10 years ago when you first played Destiny 2. For the record, I really appreciate how passionate you are, Adam, about this game and how much you really care about this game. When we're like you're talking about this stuff, and I'm practically going to sleep because I have no idea what you're saying.
Well, the people who play know what I'm talking about. It really does feel like I'm trying to figure out a new game. I mean, it's very familiar. Like I understand what each of these things do, but they overhauled everything about it. And this right here is something that I'm very excited about. Custom loadouts in the game. So before, people were going to like Destiny Item Manager. It's called DIM. It's a website where they could load in save their loadouts. And now with in your inventory, you just click a button and save. Now, boom, this is now saved. So now I can actually go and change everything, change my subclass, change my items, change my weapons, and it doesn't matter. And then I go over here and I can save that, and I could just go back and just equip it. Boom.
You know what this sounds like?
That's amazing. That's
what
huge.
This sounds like?
What?
This sounds like hardcore gaming.
It's time for hardcore gaming.
Segue.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I knew that was coming. Just this is so hardcore, it's ridiculous. Speaking of hardcore,
feeling it.
Hey, real quick, I was told that my mic was a little hot. Apparently the gain on my knob here got
yeah. Oh, that sounds much better. Yeah.
Balls,
nice
balls,
job.
balls. 1, 2, 3 balls. That's better. Okay. That's good.
Extra,
great.
more balls. Can you get more balls in there, please?
Balls. I'm not peeking at my balls.
Balls sound great.
Okay.
Four times fast.
Balls.
Nice. Wow, that's
balls.
all right. 5 times
Charizard.
fast.
That was 4. I had to rethink that.
Nice.
Good
That's
for you.
talented.
Hey.
You're talented with the balls.
Who isn't?
I've had
isn't,
years of
really?
practice.
No one laughed at that? Damn.
I said
All
online.
I love it. Real quick, Blabs, you had a question, but before you get to that question, I want to let you know that Calm came in with a $10 direct donation. Says, can't wait for my Blu-ray of the new Game Chasers movie. Awesome work, Billy. Everyone
Nice,
should
thank
check
you.
it out.
Appreciate it.
I don't know where it's available on streaming. Is it available on streaming?
We're working on
Game Chasers?
that. We had somebody that was supposed to be taking care of that. They dropped the ball. But apparently but we're going with a different route. But that will be absolutely available for streaming this year at some point. The physical media, the Blu-rays, they still are at the manufacturer. They should be done like either this week or next week, and they'll start getting shipped out. And then we'll also have them available on the website after that. So thank you so much. I appreciate your supporting.
Excellent, Calm. Mike Fury came in and says, I think people tried calling Craig a shill because he went to a press event playing the Amico. Not sure how you can be a shill when you're just supporting another person in the industry as that's how you build relationships. Right. You're right. People were upset that I went to that I paid my own money to go to an event.
And I you know what? I don't even consider that necessarily supporting. Maybe you're just curious about it and want to go out and look at it.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Either way, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yep. I agree. But alas, I'm not the internet, so the internet was here to judge me at all times.
Well, the internet is always right.
Of course it is.
Is it? Is it really?
Is it?
It is for sure.
Big Top came in with the direct donation. Says, question for Billy: what does he think of Jay playing Mike Tyson's Punch Out blindfolded? That Jay calls the Big Top Challenge, where I pay Jay $5 for every boxer he beats blindfolded. He can get to bald bull.
I can. Yeah. No. I got humbled a little bit on that one. I'm not gonna lie. It was impressive. Like I had no idea. So basically, I had no idea that this could happen. We were streaming one night, and somebody challenges him to get to bald bull, playing Mike Tyson's Punch Out completely blindfolded. I thought he was full of shit. I was like, "There's no way who could possibly do this. It doesn't make any sense." And he fucking does it, and I'm like, "What the hell? What the hell is even going on?" I don't even know what's like. I don't even know what's happening with life anymore. Like, what the hell? I can barely get to bald bull looking at the damn screen. Like,
Right.
Isn't that amazing that he can listen to minute little tiny sound or something like that in the game and know, like, that's insanity to me.
I chalk it down to him having too much damn time on his hands. That's no, I was impressed. I was impressed.
We should absolutely do one segment about our greatest gaming accomplishments one day. I think that'd be really fun.
That'd be a cool one. Yeah,
right, Blabs.
Blabs killing everybody, of course.
Yay!
Blabs, the Guam psychotic over here, which is the intro next time. DF Raptor fan gifted a tier 1 sub over on Twitch to Commodore Krigler. Look at that. Krigler got a gifted sub over on Twitch.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And then Travis came in with by the way, this is Travis. Travis came in with 100 bits, then 400 bits, then 1,000 bits on our own stream, getting the hype going over on Twitch. Thank you, Trav. Appreciate that, buddy. That's outstanding. And Basement Brad came in with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you guys very much for the super chat today. Amazing stuff, guys. Really genuinely appreciate it. You guys notice Shams is not around to drop crazy bombs, so these are all massive in the best way possible. Basement Brad says balls, love and life peep. I mean, like people, or is that maybe that was a typo and the E should have been an O. It was just supposed to be love and life poop. Who knows? I don't know. Thank you so much, Basement Band. Appreciate that.
I'm gonna go with people on that one.
Yeah, I like that better than poop. I'll be real.
I don't know. And then check this one. This is super nice. Yerner comes in, says Side Scrollers is back. Stutter and Craig. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm good to be back. Glad to be back with you guys. And we have an outstanding crew here. Love it. And then the Basement Band comes in and says, life is awesome. Hey, life is awesome. Love that.
Poop is awesome.
More life is great. There you go. Digging that hole. And then Jay Rome came in with 500 bits over on Twitch as well. That's outstanding. Thank you so much, Jay Rome. Love that, guys. Thank you very much. All right, let's go into our final news story today. As Adam is feverishly doing something.
I'm soaking it in, guys. I'll be honest. I haven't heard. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I haven't heard a word you've said. I'm in the zone over here, soaking all this new stuff in. It's friggin' so cool.
Look at him go. He's running.
Looks great.
Look at him go. Look at him run around with his gun stuff. Look at him go.
You guys want to see my vault? Let me show you my vault.
Boy, do I.
This is where I keep all my stuff I never use.
A lot of guns.
No, that's a lot of shit.
I do have a lot of guns. There's a lot of guns.
Each of those things do different things?
Yeah. They're all different styles of guns, different stuff. They're all max level essentially for where I'm at. So it's kind of cool. I get to use anything in here.
Is your vault like limitless? Like you can just go forever and ever?
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Breaking
news.
So interestingly enough, they had sunset a lot of items, meaning they said like you can't raise their light level. Now I have a bunch of stuff like this perfect paradox, for example. This is an old shotgun. You can see it says legacy item here. I can't upgrade it, but they upgraded it automatically because they upgraded every item. So this is now on par with everything else in the game. Same with my bygones. This is I think I mentioned this yesterday, maybe. Maybe in my stream.
The hype is real. Let's go.
This is my favorite pulse rifle in the game right here. I haven't been able to use it. I'm busting this out. I'm taking this out. I'm gonna take it for a spin. It's been so long since I just put it back in. All right. That's how hype I am.
Woo! Let's go.
All right, there it is. Look, I've got it equipped. I got it equipped.
All right. Way to go. That's great.
All right, I'm
You
gonna
just keep doing you.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig in, guys. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for allowing me to get into this game. I feel like and you know what? By the way, this is my birthday week, so I got a new DLC for one of my favorite games, and they just announced that we're getting a new DLC for one of my other favorite games, Elden Ring, all on my birthday week. So my week is in 1 week's time. So thus begins the birthday week, and that's kind of how I do it.
Happy Sweet 16.
Oh, I just thought of a new segment, Craig.
Yes.
Out of context quotes.
Oh man,
God.
Absolutely. We'll take them. I'll slice them down. I'll make them.
I just saw the Tick Rolls quote, Adam. I just put it back in. Krigler 2023. That just gave me the idea.
Put the time code. Get the time code, and I'll slice it in.
I love it. Yep.
We'll make it sound.
Clip it. Post it. Put something dirty on it. I don't even care. I'm having fun. It's I'm right where I want to be. So, and I hope you are too. Bill, nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you as well.
Have a fun time. I unfortunately am not going to be with you guys today. So,
no, I understand. You got important stuff going on. I get it.
I'm calculating, trying to understand whether there's. No, I think that was sincere. All right, cool. I like it. All right. Now the laughter is throwing me off. Now maybe it wasn't. Anyway,
it's just everybody else's laughter is just so infectious. That's the one.
It's true, especially Blabs. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
See
all
you.
right, sounds good. See you, Adam. See all you Krigler fans.
Later, G2s.
All right. I'm just imagining Adam now, just like getting done and being like, oh, and like touching himself all over, getting all really excited for whatever.
Context,
just like,
right there.
Right. All right, Blabs, you had a question a while back that is about 15 minutes ago.
Adam, but maybe one of you guys can answer it. I was gonna say I don't know anything about Elden Ring except you can roll around and like kill sheep or something. What's the game about in like a minute or less?
So the game is it's an adventure game where you go out and that's pretty much it's an open world adventure game. And it's really, really hard. That's pretty much all you need to know.
I've heard that, but like I don't know anything about it. Is it like there's wizards or something, right?
Right. So the lore behind all these games is stupid. Like if you even try to understand the story, it's the biggest rabbit hole you'd ever go down. I legitimately don't even understand the story of Dark Souls. I just know that you go from point A to point B and you kill things. Like I don't know. It's more story than you could possibly deal with. So, but if you really want to, you can go into the lore and it's all there and it's stupid. So
it's very complex stuff from game to game too.
Yes.
I also have a shout out from JF Raptor fan 1983. Last night he gifted me a 2-1 sub on your channel.
Let's go,
Janice.
Yes, Janice over there. Yes, Janice, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Also, M. Frederick came in with 100 bits. Says I went to Twitch and saw Adam has blue balls with Billy, and I was like, "What?" And then I remembered this is side scrollers. Let's go. See, now we're getting in the groove. All right, let's go. One last news story here, and then we'll go on to we'll start talking about our blue balls, which based off Adam's conversation, which actually is a segment today. G2s.
Yes, I have blue balls all the time.
I bet.
Do you? I'll tell you. We'll let Bill make the pick. Do you want to talk about a game that is ending or a game that is coming?
Games that are coming. A game that is coming. Yes,
a game that is definitely coming. All right. Let's go over to Japan, where you guys familiar with this series? It's kind of a niche series called Final Fantasy. Have you guys heard of this game before?
Is that the one with Cloud?
Yes,
I've heard of it.
Okay. So Final Fantasy 16 won't be delayed unless a meteor falls on Japan. I thought this is a kind of a funny story because Final Fantasy just historically is known for its delays, and they're like, no, we like the fact that this needs to be made into a news story. That look, the game will not be delayed is a statement I think on just games as a whole in general. But it's scheduled to come out on PlayStation 5 on June 22nd. And people are obviously really excited. Final Fantasy 15, people really, really enjoyed. And I just thought this was kind of an interesting story. And I would not put it past him for some sort of meteor to actually fall in Japan to delay Final Fantasy 16. So do you guys have any games that you were really disappointed in, that were delayed in your life, that you're really, really excited about and just never came to fruition?
I mean, Hogwarts Legacy was delayed for years. Lego Star Wars, the very, very last one, like the complete Skywalker saga, that was delayed for years too. And honestly, it did not. I was disappointed with it. I didn't even finish the game. I got stuck to the sequels, and I was like, "This is boring as hell," and I didn't finish it. And that's the first time I've never got like 100% on a Lego game ever.
On a Lego game?
Yeah, I'm good with Lego games, man. I love them. I always get 100%. I go back, I find everything, get everything done. It's the first time I didn't finish it.
They're a lot of fun, aren't they?
They are. I love them. Love them. Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Incredibles, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, man. The shit.
We were. It's funny. I was listening to an old show, and we were talking about like the best games that could potentially be adapted to a Lego version of a game, or best IPs. Blabs, do you have any thoughts on that? In like because the one that was thrown out then was Mortal Kombat. How funny would Mortal Kombat be?
I've never seen Mortal Kombat, but I think that'd be really funny if like little Lego forms be like, finish him.
Right, like popping off their heads and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think, man?
Little coins fall out.
Right.
Maybe just like a Nintendo. I never really thought about that until just this moment. But maybe like a Nintendo franchise. There's overall franchises in Lego form. It may be kind of cool.
Banjo
Mario
would be
in
cool,
Lego
wouldn't it? Yeah.
Well, the Nintendo and Lego do have their relationship now because they have the Mario sets that are out, and they've been massive. And
exactly.
They're going to be announcing the Zelda ones as well.
My son absolutely is obsessed with the Mario Legos, like obsessed with them. Like he'll straight up build, like he just got the Mario Castle for Christmas and put that together. Now he's wanting the big Bowser ship, the airship. So yeah, he loves those things.
Maybe they will make one then, since they have the sets.
Yeah.
G2s, what games did you guys like to see adapted to Legos? Let us know down in the comments, and obviously in the chat as well if you guys are watching live.
Mario
Krabs is
Kart could be cool too. Sorry.
Oh no, I don't agree. I don't agree. No, I do agree. I think that'd be great.
I don't agree with you.
Retro Revelations says Lego Game Chasers.
Lego
well, you can just do that with some nice little get your little guys, little minifigs out there, and just
you have to include some scratch and sniff with them though.
What does it smell like, Bill?
It's a day at the flea market without showering. That's what that's gonna say. So swamp ass.
Swamp ass. That's nice.
That's nasty.
Hey, look, it gets 115 degrees out here in the summer with humidity. So I mean, Craig knows. I exaggerating just a bit, but man, yeah, these summers here.
Man.
5 minutes out at the flea market, you got swamp ass, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, I'll say this. I remember. So I've been drinking these giant things of water, right? I know these are stupid, right? And I really only drink like half of it throughout the day. But I've been drinking these things of water, and I'll tell you what, man. If you want to have swamp crotch, you drink these things, man, because you feel like you're constantly peeing throughout the day. It is just stupid. It is stupid.
28.
48, 28. What do you? Oh, if you want to have to. If you want to have swamp crotch, there you go. There you go, Trav. Take it and run with it, buddy.
I was going to say, when I lived in Palm Springs, it would get like 112 during the day, and I had a black leather car. That was a mistake I moved there with. Literally, my 4th day at work, working outside, I woke up in the hospital, and apparently I had opened my car door and passed out from the heat because I was unaware of it. And my boss saw me on camera faint and just passed the fuck out, called the ambulance. That was that.
Should have had swamp crotch.
Yeah.
If
Swamp crotch saves lives.
By the way, I have my blue balls.
Oh, good. All right. Well, let's make the transition over into our blue ball conversation then. Does that sound good? I think
I was gonna say Diablo 3 I waited for years, by the way.
Well, let's actually talk about that, because we were inspired by Adam. Let me get some tunes on here. I need some music. Here we go.
Sick
there we
beats
go.
by Craig.
Some sick beats. Now I just need to be able to loop it. Let's see. Push to loop. That's not going to do it. Damn it. I'm here trying to figure this thing out as we go, and it's not working.
Well, thank you, Basement Band.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading comments.
No. There it is right there. It's like Pawn Stars / The Other Show, but cool equals Game Chasers. There you go. That is exactly what it is. It's a great show. Great show. Well, I'll say this. Infrader came in and says, on another note, I took my newly adopted dog, Zola, to the vet. Remember the dog that had been breeding for this first 6 to 7 years? Yes. For a complete blood test, heart work check, etc. Vet examination, which showed a level 2 to 3 heart murmur. ECG and echocardiogram necessitated by the heart murmur to ensure the dog could do surgery. Surgery to get fixed and cleaning the dog's white teeth were. How much do you think it all cost? Okay.
Oh, geez.
That's scary.
What's the over under on all that? I have the price, by the way.
$5,900 would be my
I'd say about
guess.
2,000.
I'm gonna go with a lot. Is this like Price is Right? It's gonna
Yes,
be
yeah.
No, I'm gonna go with $4,500.
Infrader came in with the Dolly came in going low apparently, and it was $2,200.
Oh, the closest.
Man, that's still. I mean, as far as operations go, that's
This is
still ain't a
bad.
bad price. And I mean,
That's
it could have
crazy.
been a lot more. Let's say
I'm
that.
actually surprised it's that low.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's get into some. There you go. Here's some music for you. Let's get into this gaming blue balls discussion, because as we were inspired by Adam, and he obviously was really excited about Destiny 2. So I thought to myself, what games have I been that excited about? What anything have I ever been that excited about? And that's kind of what we wanted to open up the conversation for. And I figured let's start with our guest today, Bill. Bill, what is it that what piece of media, whether it was games, movie, TV, whatever, that you were so excited about that you had blue balls and just couldn't wait?
All right, so I have a few things here, but I'll do the game. So there was this game that I absolutely fell in love with called 13. It was on PlayStation 2, GameCube. I'm sure it was on Xbox as well. I played the GameCube version. Very stylistic first-person shooter with comic book panels. They really tried to make it look like a comic book because it was based off of a comic book. But I was absolutely in love with this game. I just played it, I think, 2 times all the way through when it came out, and I played it new when it was out. And I was just so into the story. The story was amazing. I could not get enough of like the lore of what was happening. And it ends on this cliffhanger. And I'm reading it in like Game Pro or Game Informer or whatever that they're going to be coming out with a sequel. And I think it was called something Bullets. I can't remember what the sequel name was supposed to be. It was like something Bullets, or maybe like 1,000 Bullets or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Maybe I'm confusing 2 different things. It's possible. But I do know that a sequel was in works, and I was like, I have to know what happens. I'm not gonna.
Did we lose Billy?
His mic's cutting out.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What happened?
your mic's
We lost
out.
you for a second.
Oh, okay.
Just for a second.
Okay.
I think when you turn your head, your mic cuts out.
Oh, I think that's because I turned the gain down because I was peaking. I have like some filters on here, so let me. I'll just briefly, let me go over that briefly again. So there's a game 13 on the GameCube. I played it. I loved it. It was a very stylistic comic book game, and the story was engrossing. I loved the story. They were supposed to come out with a sequel, and I kept reading that the sequels, they were working on it. They're working on it, and it just never came. And I guess they canceled it or whatever, but we never got a sequel to 13. And I was just so disappointed. I was so hyped for that because I had to know what happened in the story. The story was just so interesting to me in the first game. And I was so hyped for the sequel and so let down by the fact that it never actually came out. I was just so disappointed.
Oh, it makes it 10 times worse if they're saying we're working on it.
We're working on it. I think it was Game Informer. I was looking in and I've seen them there were articles about like what the game that was going to be coming out, and so they were definitely working on it. It just got canceled, I guess.
Well, and with this game, for the fans, maybe they're planning on making another one in the future, but at this point, it doesn't seem so. They could make a comic book or something to finish the story for people, at least. You know what I mean?
Well, I
Just so
think it was
people
all. I think it was
know.
all based. But that's the thing is, I think it was all based off of a comic book. That's
Off
why the
of-
game
okay.
itself was in this comic book stylized
Great
form.
style.
See, yeah, right there. And they actually did a remake of the first one.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. I think the original looks better in my opinion.
Yeah, I like that
the
comic book style.
Exactly. The first one, see, that's the first one is the original. The one on the right over there is the remake. And to me, the remake looks just weird.
Ugly.
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't, to me personally, and that's just the stylistic,
Yeah, it's like trying to
opinion.
take a comic book, an art style that fits a comic book, and make it into something that's not, so it looks funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh.
'cause the shades are in the wrong place and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like it's like they took the saturation, just bumped it up way too high over here on the
Yeah.
right. That's kind of ugly, man. That's rough.
Yeah. I would have
Well,
much
so
preferred-
13.
So yeah, I would have much preferred if they just took the original, kept the graphic style exactly the way it was, but just up the resolution to HD. I would have been perfectly happy with it.
Right.
It's
right.
uglier.
They
It's
put
literally
a
uglier.
yeah. I just don't like it. But beyond that, I wish they would just make a second game instead of doing an updated HD remake. Just make the sequel. That would have been great. But
Yeah.
that's definitely one of the biggest blue balls in terms of gaming that I can think of. Was just from how hyped I was that there was going to be a sequel to this amazing game that I loved, that literally had a cliffhanger in it. Not nothing ambiguous about it. It literally had a cliffhanger to have a part 2, and then you just never get that part 2.
Well, and then they remake part
That's the
1 and
worst.
do it shitty.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is like rubbing salt in the wound,
Yeah.
man. It throwing the
Yeah.
shit in your face.
Yeah, and I remember actually when it first came out, I bought it like on a blind buy. It was like I think it was a GameCube, and it was just new on the shelf. And I was like, oh, this looks interesting, and I bought it, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome because it plays really well too. Like it's just a fun game. So I recommend it. Like if no one's ever played 13, I definitely recommend it. But I would say play it on the if convenience doesn't matter to you, then play it on the GameCube or Xbox or PlayStation 2.
Blabs?
Okay, so I really was excited for obviously all the Harry Potter games, but since I don't have to talk just specifically video games, I can do movies, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so I was very, very pumped for Marvel Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. I was like bugging out for months on end. I remember the trailer launched, I think, for Infinity War? No, Endgame. And I was in college then. And I was literally like, I got a notification saying, oh my God, the trailer's out. And I like bolted out of class. I grabbed a friend. I was like, open your laptop right now. We pulled up the trailer, like in the middle of college, like in a hallway, whatever it was. I'm like, we're watching this. I just watched it. So I was very, very excited for those. Basically, almost all the Marvel films I was super pumped for since like 2014. I've been pumped. And now I just completely checked out, unfortunately. But there it is.
There's too many of them.
There's too many of them, yeah. And
Yeah.
shitty.
It's hard to follow the story.
Well, now they just ruin characters and all that. So now I'm just
Yeah.
like, I don't give a shit anymore. If I stop watching it, I'll just remember the good stuff. Like Captain America 2, best Marvel film ever.
I think that's
Question
it.
for you.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, what do you think the total number of views are on the Marvel Studios Avengers Endgame official trailer?
Didn't it break like the internet? It was
Yeah,
like
it's
the
gotta
most
be,
viewed.
Like
or something
1.2
that.
billion would be my guess. Something like that.
1.2 billion. Well, we didn't quite get there. It's 154 million.
That's it?
But yeah, but I mean, that's still quite a bit when you think about it. That's
Well, I
that's-
mean, because it's not just that one that people looked at, right? It was posted all different areas. Of
True. Yeah, you got a point.
stuff. You got to total everybody together.
Because I would just figure people to watch a trailer over, and because people try to spot them little things and trailers and shit that give away secrets or whatever. I would think people would watch it on a loop, but
Yeah, and
Yep.
like I said before, I was really excited for the Lego Star Wars video game. I was waiting for years for that. I was so excited, and it was shit. So
Yeah,
Oh,
that
so
is a
big.
thing. Like people will like take a trailer and just every little detail
yeah,
that
I
you can
broke down
point
like
out in the
Fantastic
background.
Beasts for that.
it's like, look, this is purple. That means this.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
like,
right?
okay.
Yep.
Like there was one where they dissected the end cut scene of Ant-Man, and that one was
The first one?
fascinating. No, the recent one, but I
Oh,
don't want
fair
to say the stuff they said. But
I didn't even know what they did for the end credits. I completely checked out.
You gotta stay to the end.
I haven't really been into more. I got into it briefly when it was still new, but now it's to the point with all these shows on Disney Plus. I'm not a big Disney fan, so I don't really want to
Not
indulge
anymore,
in
at least.
Disney. Like they all. I'm just not into it. But I understand how a lot of people are. I just never.
I'm a huge Marvel fan, but to me, it's too much. If
Yeah.
I can't track it as a giant Marvel fan, what are other people gonna do?
The
You know what I'm
normies, right?
saying?
Yeah, they're gonna be like, I can't keep
come
up.
on.
And
What, I
that's-
gotta watch. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's what I'm kind of expanding on what Blabs was saying. How like you're kind of like rooting characters. I think it's kind of like inevitable. It's inevitable at some point because you just have so many different writers writing these characters over a long period of time. It's inevitable that you're going to do something that contradicts how they acted before, and that happens in a lot of media. Like if a show goes on long enough, it's just
Too many
going to
cooks in the
happen.
kitchen.
It's just going to happen.
And sometimes they're for the better. Like I think Thor is a better character as time went on, but like you said, they can blatantly ruin something just because, I'm sure they get a framework of how everything's supposed to be. But like you said, it's a different director. They want something different out of that actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but not only that too. But if you look at it, so when did the Marvel Cinematic Universe started with what was it? I guess like Hulk or
2008.
Iron Man.
Iron Man,
yeah. But we're going on at this point. We're creeping up on 20 years at this point.
Yeah, which is
it's
insane.
pretty crazy. Look at how society changes over that time. So it's to me, it's also inevitable these characters are going to change because they're going to be written in the sensibilities of the people who are writing them at this particular time.
Right.
So that's something else that you have to factor in too.
That's why they should just make new characters and leave lore alone.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I feel about when they. I won't get into it. It's too political.
I feel like we can do an entire show on Marvel, and maybe one day we will. But in the meantime, I want to let you know that Dottie Loves Andy came in with the $5 direct donation and saying every little bit helps. And you're right, Dottie Loves Andy. Thank you very much. Every little bit does help. And $5 is not a little bit. $5 is a lot of bit to us. So thank you very much. Backyard TARDIS came in with the $10 super chat. Says, my gaming blue balls was the Wii. I pre-ordered it from GameStop only to find out they don't hold pre-orders. I had fully paid for it, so I was stuck waiting a whole year before I finally got it. Yikes! The Wii was a pretty good blue ball situation for a lot of gamers. And Evan says, nothing blue balled like Duke Nukem Forever. As Scott Steiner would say, if you're gonna tease me, you best be able to please me. That's a bad Scott Steiner, but either way. Yes, thank you, Evan. Appreciate that. I've talked about that before with Duke Nukem Forever. Blabs, do you know the story of Duke Nukem Forever?
No, who's that?
So, do you know who Duke Nukem is, Blabs?
Sorry, Blabs.
No.
No, I just like the fact that she said, "Who's that?" When
Yeah.
A game.
Yes.
It's like Casablanca all over again, isn't
This
it?
is. Do you know who Duke Nukem is?
Who is that? Duke is a dude, isn't he? Travis is like a GG's.
Okay, so what we're gonna do this. Now, I meant to pull her off. Okay, this is the part where we're gonna talk really, really nicely about Blabs and pretend like she didn't say anything really, really dumb. Like who's
I like
Duke Nukem?
Blabs a lot.
I love Blabs, but we're just gonna not acknowledge that she's like 12 years old and has no idea who Duke Nukem is. Okay, so let's bring her back in. Hey, Blabs.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how are you?
Anything you just said.
Oh, good. Well, let's do this. Let's do this, Blabs. If I was to show you a picture of a guy, and you just tell me if you've ever seen this person before.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna show you a picture,
20 questions.
and you say yes or. And by the way, we're gonna do this with. I feel like we're gonna do this a lot with you, Blabs, and I love it. So now. With that said, I feel like there are things that you can show me, and I'd be like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So there's a cultural, there's a generational divide here, which I think is lovely. I love that.
Great.
So here we go.
It's great. I like it. Different perspectives.
Exactly. So do you know who this is, Blabs? Have you ever seen this guy before?
He looks like a discount Terminator.
Well,
I mean, it's actually pretty accurate.
yeah.
That's actually pretty good. This is Duke Nukem. Blabs, I'll tell you this right now. We're gonna have a Patreon goal that is gonna be where I'm gonna take you through some of the classics, and we're gonna play.
She would enjoy playing a lot of them, I bet.
I mean, I would probably go insane, but we're gonna do this.
It's gonna
and I'm
ruin
gonna-
Craig's mental health, but we're gonna do it anyway.
That's right. I might as well just, take a.
I have a question. What's the oldest game you've ever played?
Who are you asking?
Video.
You, Blabs.
You. What's the oldest
Um,
game you've ever played?
I don't know, probably something like 2000, 2001.
Hmm.
2001 for sure. I
Okay.
don't know if I ever got something in 2000. Does like solitaire and like pinball on your Windows PC count? Way back in the day?
Sure, Blabs.
I don't know.
Absolutely, it definitely counts.
Did you ever play like Oregon
Oh wait, I played
Trail
Crash
or
Bash
stuff?
on Crash Bandicoot, I should say, on like PS1. Whenever that came out, that's probably it. Like Tarzan on the PS1. All those really, really old Disney games on PS1. I don't know what years they came out. Late 90s.
That's
I'm
late,
assuming.
late 90s, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
then the-
Aladdin and Lion King and that.
Tarzan was one that I really, really remember. I don't remember playing the other two that much, but Tarzan, the freaking.
So
the
no
owl
Pac-Man,
killed me.
no Pac-Man or Mario.
You know, I've never actually really played Pac-Man.
I've never felt.
I can do it with my fingers.
I've never
whack,
felt.
whack, 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 but that's about it.
I've never felt more old than I do right now.
Funny enough, I think she is a great representation of her generation, and a lot of them would never even have heard of some of these.
Hi. This is the Blabs show now. Put me back. Oh no. So, how y'all doing tonight? So this is a discount Terminator. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but really, really, really blonde. Do I keep rolling with this?
Sorry.
Look at him. He's like sinking lower and lower into his chair every time he comes back.
I thought that was a JPEG of you just permanent palm face.
I love this. I love this. God, I love this. All right.
I honestly think she's a good segment of.
Me
her
too.
generation, Yeah.
I love it. I
Blabs
love
segment.
it. Listen, this is what we're gonna do. One day we're gonna have a segment where we just say, "Has Blab played it?" And we'll hold up like controllers. I'll be like, "Blabs, have you played this?" And you'll be like, "What the hell's that?" And we'll laugh at you.
Didn't you ask me
And-
that once? Like, what is
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, oh.
Yeah. Bill, she didn't know what a Super Nintendo controller.
The
I'm-
first thing I ever had was a PS1, Nintendo DS,
Wait.
Wii U, Xbox One, PC.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
She didn't know what a Super Nintendo was. Bill.
Look at his face. He's like, jeez.
I'm gonna. Oh.
I know.
You know what? It's great. We can educate her.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a great thing. Love it. Love everything about this. Bloody came in with the answering. He's the Duke of Nukes, isn't he? Yes, that is correct. That is exactly what it is.
Yes.
The Dukes of Nukes. Winterfell says my movie Blue Balls was the Broad Street Bullies, based off of the Flyers locker room in the 70s, who went to the Cup 3 years in a row, winning 2 out of 3. Written and directed by Rob Zombie. Canceled. Oh wow.
I've never
That's-
seen that.
Man, that's pretty rough when it comes to like a movie that you're super stoked about and you just just never is released. That's rough, man. And then then Bloody also says, mine is the Ghostbusters game. I'm a massive Ghostbusters fan, and the game was marketed as a third movie. Yes, I remember this, and I had been waiting 20 years for it at that point. To say it was a long wait is an understatement. Yes,
That second one was called Broad what?
it was Broadway Bullies
It never came out, you said?
or Broad Street Bullies. Yeah, it never came out.
Now I'm
So.
kind of interested.
Blabs, do you know who Rob Zombie is?
Why does it sound like a Call of Duty dude?
My gaming blue balls. just gonna floss over it. Let's see. So Trav, did you do yours? I don't remember. I'm trying to get caught up.
Mine's a pretty quick one though.
Fire away.
It's actually something recent. It's Knock at the Cabin. I haven't been able to go to the movies to see it. Trailers look great, and it looks funny, and I want to see it.
Knock at the Cabin, huh?
Yeah,
so
it's
you're just kind of
M. Night Shyamalan recent movie that's in the theater right now.
Okay, I see. I got you pulled up. It's in the theater
Yeah,
right
it's got
now,
Rupert
and you're
Grint in it.
super excited to see it.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I hate going to the movie theater. I hate it just because it costs so much money. It's so much, it takes, being around people, and I hate people. So,
Is that Bautista?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like,
he's an amazing.
why do we have
it's
Dave?
Ron Weasley and Drax.
Right.
I promise
so,
you, if you watch the trailer to this, you'll be like, really? He's that good of an actor? Yeah.
Dave Bautista is an excellent actor, but I'll say this: they you can't make a guy with tattoo sleeves that weighs 280
wearing
pounds.
Polo.
I was
Look
literally
like a
about to say
dad.
that.
Right.
Literally about to say that. It doesn't look right. Like he should be like a hitman or something. I'm not saying he's not a bad actor, but just him
Right.
standing there just trying to look like
With
a
his
normal
glasses,
everyday
yeah.
dad.
They
Yeah.
should have
Weird.
covered them tattoos up. Yeah.
I'm guessing that he's like, maybe he is a psycho, considering there's people that are bound sitting right in front of him. But whatever.
Okay.
You know,
That makes
It's a
guess
play
that's
on the Four
makes
Horsemen of the Apocalypse, is what it is. So that's all I can say
Okay.
without giving away the movie.
Well, just give it all away. I'll tell you this. So mine actually is not a. I was trying to think outside the box when it came to games and media as a whole. And for me, my blue balls when it comes to anything media, TVs, whatever, usually has to do with sports. The anticipation build up to a sporting event. I think there's such a special excitement around. I think gaming and movies and TV is something that can be a singular experience that you are excited about it for you. But for me, when I go to a sporting event and you're surrounded by 5, 10, 15,000, 20,000 people, and you feel the energy of everybody else, that like all the way up until the games start, there's this tension attached to it. And that to me is like the best sort of blue balls. And there's always a release. There's always a release. There's always a game. There's always a climax associated with sports in some way, shape, or form, and there's always a great story told. So, and I know that's not necessarily
always, but 99% of the time,
vast majority of the time. So, yeah, and I think that's something for me that I wanted to kind of, as you guys were delivering gaming and stuff, I wanted to kind of go outside that. But yeah, but if I was to go gaming, I'd probably go Street Fighter 4 when Street Fighter 4 was initially released. It had been a decade since Street Fighter 3 Third Strike had been released, and everyone had thought that fighting games had been dead and gone for such a long time. So when Street Fighter 4 was released and it was awesome, that was actually very, very cool. Very, 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 very cool. So
what do you think of? What do you guys think of how some of them old like PS1, PS2 fighting games have just lived on forever and ever? Like people still do tournaments of them and stuff. Like it blows my mind. It baffles me.
Well, when something's good, it holds up.
Right.
I
Maybe they
think
just haven't made something that good since.
Well, so the thing is like I think that like when a particular game comes out and you master that move set and you spend your time dedicating yourself to mastering that move set and like or character or whatever, and then like the newer games come out, something's always off or different that you don't like. And I'm not a fighting game fan, but I know people who are, and so you usually like to stick to that original one where you have mastered.
That's actually a really good way to put it. As somebody who's not, you are not a fighting game fan, but you deliver that very, very well. Because there's something to that. Like, it's anytime you have mastered a craft or you feel like you've mastered a craft, you want to go against the best. And I think that's how a lot of people see fighting games, is this individual skill that sometimes doesn't transfer over. You've seen people who are really good at one fighting game not be able to make the transition over to another one. So they have it's like
a new like Smash Brothers game. You know what I mean? The same game, just a new one.
And especially fighting games where it might be just that one little minuscule thing, that one tiny thing that they changed. But since your brain is wired in a certain way, it just messes you up every time. And it could just be like a little small change that most people might think, oh, that's insignificant. But if you've spent hours dedicating yourself to mastering something,
Try to break that habit. Yeah.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot there. And as somebody who really enjoyed classic fighting games, I know people are still having big competitions on Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo. And Third Strike. These are still competitions that are being had on games that are almost 30 years old now, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, OG Smash Brothers. That's a big one. GameCube, the first game. Because there's always those generations that's the game that they grew up and mastered. And so you'll see a lot of those like at tournaments on conventions and stuff.
Yeah, it's super fun. It's always fun to kind of see where you stack up against those folks. So, well, that was good, man. We are blowing past an hour 15, which I think is. And Blab says she has to go here in a few minutes, so I think now would actually be a really great time to wrap the show after some good quality discussion. We were going to get in. We had one more thing on the list, which was talking about failed video game launches, but we can do that another time. We can hold off on for another show. No big deal at all. But Bill, I want to thank you for coming on, man. This is really, really fun. You did a great job, and tell us more about who you are, why people should follow you, and where they can find you.
Thank you. I appreciate you bringing on. As I said, we have an established relationship with you ever since the beginning, uploading the Screw Tag. In fact, our intro for our show now that we've been using for like 7 years was literally shot at Screw Attack Studios back in the day. So we'll always have an attachment to you guys, and so it's cool to be able to come here and do this show. So I'm always going to be appreciative of that. So thank you very much.
You got it, man. Love you.
If you want to follow the Game Chasers, at the Game Chasers at YouTube or whatever. I don't even know what the thing is these days, but yeah, we go out, we look for retro video games. We just have a good time. It's just a bunch of guys just being idiots, looking for games, having fun, and not really caring about all the other stuff in the world. Just kind of lose yourself into it, and and just have a good time and kind of celebrate what that childlike enjoyment of what games were back in the day when we were just super hyped for video games, and get stuff for our collection, not to flip. So yeah, if that's something you're into, check it out.
Which I know people are for sure. So it's youtube.com/@thegamechasers.
They got your movie link in the chat as well. So
movie link. Oh yeah,
check out the movie as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Awesome fun series. Well, we appreciate everybody popping in today. Really fun show today. Blabs, great job. Hopefully you'll grow 20 years and you'll
go get a Super Nintendo.
I like you just the way you are, Blabs.
Somebody send her a Super Nintendo, please. Super Mario World. I think she'd get a kick out of Super Mario
World. Yeah.
Listen, Blabs, I will absolutely take you through some classic games. I think that'd be really, really fun.
I mean, I have this thing on the Wii where it was like a Mario, an anniversary game set, and it had all these bunch of old games.
All Stars.
I have played some of those.
Yeah. Oh, good.
So I played some of those on the Wii though. So.
Well, then we're not going to come in that cold, which is great. Travis, great job today, buddy. Appreciate it. We have lots of timestamps to go through, and Blabs delivered a few as well.
I like your shirt, Bill, by the way. That's a great shirt.
Yeah, I was looking at it before. I like that.
Thank you.
Speaking of merchandise, new merchandise coming up tomorrow for patrons over at patreon.com/sidescrollers. So make sure you guys keep an eye on that. And remember, guys, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. If you guys got a goal, go get it. We'll see you guys later on. I do have a post show over at patreon.com/sidescrollers happening very, very soon. So head on over there, and Twitch, we'll see you guys later right now. And YouTube, we're going to say bye-bye to you guys. And we're going to head over to Patreon for just a couple more minutes here now. So thank you guys very much for tuning in over on YouTube. We'll see you guys later on. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And